Ladies and gentlemen, Tesla hit $600. How we predicted that correctly, how we read it, what's going to happen next. How to sift through crap. We're not asking you to clean a sewer. We're asking you to take your results and look at them with a hard look in the mirror. Marijuana, space, and the Ask Mark. I am Mark Melnick. This is the Newsbeat Show. So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. Thank you so much for reading and agreeing to the disclaimer in the beginning. And we're just going to take it right off to what's been happening here. Right over here on November 16th, we did a very special video explaining why Tesla was going to go to all-time highs. Again, not one of those scam artists just pulling up a chart and just really, showing you, a moving average above or some Fibonacci support or some, ARI or some relative strength index over this. And, they'll scan like 400 names like that and they'll pick 20 of them and they'll spit it out to you and pretend they're giving you value when there's really a very low hit rate behind them. Instead, we did a lot more fundamental analysis because, in all fairness, when Tesla looked like this on the daily chart, granted it was gapped up with the news flow overnight, but not that much, not compared to $600, of course. Tesla looked like this the night we did the video on November 16th. And then, of course, 9 trading days later, we put a $600 target and it hit. So this is what happened on Tesla tonight. If you look at Tesla right now, stock's gapped up absolutely beautifully, approximately 25 points at the moment right now. So Tesla is going to be added to the S&P 500 at it's going to be added to the index at a full float adjusted market capitalization. And you might be sitting there like, huh? So what they're doing is they're going to take the market cap before the open of trade on December 21st, 2020. So wherever Tesla might be trading, pretty much right over here. I mean, this is a 5-minute chart, but here's the 21st. If you want to see it on a daily, what they're going to do here, just so you're informed. I always believe like traders should be informed, and I always believe confidence needs to be earned. You want trust and confidence. Looking at my numbers, which maybe I'll show you tonight, but looking at my numbers or that's not how people should instill confidence. And we're going to talk a little about that, later. But right over here is the 21st on the daily. And what they're basically going to do is they're going to see Tesla's market cap or basically look at to see where it's trading and use that to decide how many shares are going to be added into the S&P. If you remember, they were hiring consultants because they didn't know how to buy it. And I'm not even Captain Hindsight. If you watch my November 16th video, I will tell you that never before in my 21-year trading career have I ever seen like a fund or an ETF or whatever you want to call it as big as like the S&P and to have a group of people there. I don't know, are there board members perhaps to literally sit down and say, how on earth are we going to buy Tesla? It seems like that's the easiest thing in the world. Ask any trader out there. Oh, how do I buy Apple? Oh, you mean like this? Or, with the 10 thumbs, like this? That's how you buy Apple? Like, how do you buy Tesla? And they literally needed to hire advisors to know how to buy this. And I looked at Tesla that day. And again, I mentioned all this on November 16th. If you want to go back and watch it, it's a great video and it goes, a lot more in depth why this stock is going to $600. And I talked about it going to all-time highs and $600, and the analysts got on board a little late after that. Just a little bit later. Because that was one of the most amazing things I've ever heard for Tesla. 9 trading days later, $607.80 the high of Tesla today. You can obviously see it gapped up after hours. Mark, where do you think it goes from here? This is kind of hard because now it's not going to be traded as of an inclusive name to the S&P 500. I feel like all that good news is already now fully factored in now that we have a great idea of how they're going to add it in on December 21st based on where it's trading. I think we already have that information. So for me over here, I'm going to need to see certain patterns set up in Tesla before I attack it again. And it's just been a name that I've been attacking all month very profitably. So yeah, just wanted to go over that with you guys, talk about it just a little here. And Yeah, just share with you my future thoughts. So congratulations. I got a lot of love emails coming in. Look, look, I'm a married Melnick. However, I do accept hard liquor and flowers, just not chocolates. If you send me chocolates, I'm going to give them to my wife and pretend I bought them for her. So there. Moving on. I want to talk about crap sifting, or I think the scientific term is shifting, which pretty much stands for shit sifting. And what you do is when you're sifting through crap, we're not literally talking about sticking your hand inside a sewage pipe. What I'm really talking about is knowing what you do best. I think there are a lot of gurus out there, unfortunately, who try to garner your confidence with the person you're following. I mean, I even saw um, this marketing advertisement like, do you ever wish don't type it in. Do you ever wish you had a rich friend? Then you could like buy one. If you had a rich friend who was looking after for like out for your best interest, then you could buy one. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, wow, people in this country, maybe others too, we are so stupid. Like, how stupid are people to actually believe this nonsense? So what you do is you have a guru, and we'll show you a P&L like, this is my best week, this is my best day, this is my best month, this is what I made last year, this is what I. And then you get this false sense of confidence. So I just wanted to teach you with your losing results, if you're able to literally mark down why you did a trade, even if it was stupid, just say I had FOMO and I chased it. Even if you had a reason and you're able to look through all your trades and actually say, this is the reason why I did it. That's what I talk about crap sifting. I don't even think it's easy. You know, some people are like, yeah, just look over your results. And no, do you know what it's like to look over losing results? It's a very hard thing. Like you rather just like not see it. You rather just have like that invisible wall, the Chinese wall, the barrier, the invisible barrier just blocking it from your point of view where it's just like if I don't look at the 800-pound elephant in the room, it just doesn't exist. That's where you're going to garner confidence. Don't garner confidence from these scammy, BS, nonsensical men and women who flash you something. Like, I mean, I even know there's this, I even got an advertisement for this female uh, guru, and inside it, she's flashing some of her leg in the video because she thinks men are really that stupid to follow someone because they got flash leg from a woman who's not even hot. And that is what people do these days. And they sign up for all the wrong reasons. The reason why the Newsbeat Live Room turns these traders successful is simply because your confidence needs to be based on your P&L and your consistency. And unless you're able to get that, there's no way I'm going to fill you with a false sense of confidence like every guru here in the industry. Flashing you what's underneath my hood should not be your confidence. You having a bank account and growing your trading account, that is how you should be confident, just so we're clear. So that's what I talk about crap sifting. If you want to really improve your trading, real quick, just a quick tip, mark down everything you do and literally just go through all your losing trades. I know it takes a while. I'm not saying it's easy. I know it's work, but it's work. If you sift through this crap, you will find a diamond in the rough. And you're going to find the one thing you're best at. The key is when you do that is to find the one thing you're best at, even if you're losing money on it. What is the one strategy? What happens? The one thing you're best at. And once you're able to cut out everything around you and just focus in on that, that's what takes you to the next level. So that's what I call crap sifting. Next, marijuana names weed. We were talking about them a little yesterday, how the marijuana names were going to explode. We showed you the news flow that we caught in on Tilray and ACB and all the CGCs and all these other marijuana names. So the floor vote is supposed to be coming in rather soon, hopefully this week, where they'll be voting on some form of potential legislature regarding marijuana. And we were telling you guys to watch that one today, and a lot of these marijuana names had really big moves. So just wanted to give you a little follow through. In terms of a lot of these setups, like a Tilray, just a simple follow through. If you could just get through today's high tomorrow of 959, that would be bullish enough for me. Moving on, I also talked to you about space the other day. And what I was talking to you about space was Elon Musk's SpaceX potentially going, up into space to practice for Mars, for a human Mars mission, and that people would relate it to this company, even though it's not SpaceX, they would still relate it to this company. And Space got a little bit of a deal. Space got a little bit of a deal after hours here. I think they're doing something with lighting. I have it like in my phone somewhere. I was reading it, but here's basically a press release from NASA, and I just wanted to share that with you. Today, they award a contract for flight and integration services. So this is a 45 million. It's a 45 million dollar contract, but what it does is it's not the 45 million. A lot of people are going to look at this number and say, what is 45 million for space? It's not going to mean they're still going to hemorrhage money. They're still not going to be making money. What does 45 million really mean for a company like this, which is valued so high? I mean, it's 6.2 billion. So what is 45 million to space? And the thing to really catch here is that these contracts, space is sort of in a scenario where it's building its resume right now. It's sort of building its resume. Once you want to really see how many people want to really hire, pay this company for any service that it could do. I don't care if it sells, used underwear. I mean, as long as these big corporations and governments are going to be hiring them for technology, this could turn into a company that's too big to fail. Anything dealing with outer space could be national security. Think about that. This could be a national security thing. So getting a NASA contract, from NASA itself, I mean, this is just absolutely huge. And it's not the money, it's the future potential money that this company can make. In terms of breakout levels here on space, I would just simply watch 2888. It's very simply Friday's high and a break of that level, and maybe you get that push towards 3469. I know some people were asking me about it on the video earlier, and just really beautiful news flow here to bring space a bit higher. Um, we're going to go through the Ask Marks right now, and we're going to take members of the room, we're going to take their emails, and we're going to discuss them, and we're going to take the good, we're going to take the bad, and we're going to take everything in between. We're going to take everything in between, and I'm just going to start from the top down. And let's see. So what I do here, just because for you guys who are watching on YouTube and Facebook, for our viewers over here, what we do is I literally ask the room, anyone who's doing really well, write me an email. Anyone who's doing horrible and struggling, write me an email because I want to take the polar ends of the spectrum. And if I could address that and take the best and inspire this and take this and spend time and bring it here, that's how I get to the next level. It's a simple it's almost scientific in a way, but I don't vet these emails. Thankfully these people are not making fun of me because I'd look kind of stupid. Hey Mark, great month, 2200, which is not huge, but I'm still thrilled. Third best month of the year. Frankly, it helps a ton when your SO is unemployed, when you're SO, what is it? Like shit out of luck. What is SO? Oh, significant other. Oh, when your significant other is unemployed. So God bless you. You taking care of your girl. I respect that. Keep up the great work. Stay consistent, my brother. 299 trades this month. 72% of those were Mark 1. So when I'm talking about sifting through your own crap as a trader, look, you should be able to say this. I did 299 trades. 72% of them were Mark 1s. I mean, Mark 1s is one of my strategy. I don't care what strategy it is. I don't care if you said, You could call your strategy slap me in the face Sally, as long as you're able to identify it and say I did slap me in the face Sally this many times. You should be able to identify everything single thing you did. Even if you said FOMO, brain fart, and it wasn't a strategy, write that down. Write that down because that is important. That will get you to the next level. 299 trades this month. 72% of them were Mark 1 strategies I give for you free here in the Newsbeat live room. Don't charge you an arm and a leg for education taught by somebody unqualified to teach education. Of my Mark 1s, 146 winners, 69 losers for a 68% hit rate. Not terrible. I'm with you. Not terrible. Not great. Honestly, I want you to do better, but I'm with you, brother. I'm with you. I'm watching. Lottos didn't work for me this month, though I took to heart what you said about lottos earlier. Mark 5s, and these are strategies again that we teach you for free. Mark 5s still have been tough for me, lost money overall. Cannot do Mark 5s right now. Is it just me? I do need to work on consistency, and I do need to keep going and tearing up accordingly. Talked with Boof and CT, and they gave me some great little pointers. Anyway, glad the month is over. Time for a new month. Sleep bracelet working great. That's sleepbracelet.com. Brain hacks to sleep better and be more alert when you trade. We really, you know, we sift through all the shit of life to get you to where you need to be. Ding. Gaining tons of confidence, though I'm certainly not cocky. Good. Thanks, Mark. You're welcome. And then he shared this with us, and these are the notes you need to do. He knows how his intraday works. He knows how his chatter works, his lottos, how he's doing on the overnights, which we give to you for free here. So you see that overnights, and he didn't take them all. These our overnights, by the way, we're over 90%. Are you paying for a subpar overnight slash swing slash long term service? Are you paying for something that sucks? Did you get sucked in because somebody showed you numbers which don't look like the numbers that you can achieve whatsoever? Well, guess what? We give you a free overnight service here. It's just being part of the room. Ding. So overnight, he's batting 73%. I'll tell you right now, that's low. That is low because he obviously didn't take all our overnights. So he won 8, lost 3. So he's batting 8 out of 11 on the overnights. Made $1,179. I mean, I'm not hating. I'm just saying, like, we have a higher hit rate in this room with that. Mark 1. Look how many Mark 1 trades he did. 146 wins, 69 losses. This is his bread and butter. This is where he made the money. He already knows his hit rate on the Mark 5s, the know your limits, totals. This is what his weeks look like. He had 4 consecutive green weeks in a row. Even the percentage gain. These are the notes I need you to see. You could literally just screenshot this. These are the notes that I want you guys on YouTube and Facebook to come up with. I find it funny when traders, none of you are lazy. I mean, none of you. I mean, I'm sure some of you are lazy. Stop being effing lazy. But like some of you, most of you are hard workers. Most of you traders are hard workers. And you don't get your results because you're studying things that you don't need to be studying. You're probably sitting there looking through charts all day because that's what the scammy princess went ahead and told you that you should be looking at Fibonacci setups every night. And then you go ahead and you try these Fibonacci setups and you look in this and this chart and this chart. Don't get me wrong. A lot of value to look at a chart. At this point in your life, I'd rather have you know what you do best, what you do not do best. I want you to know what you do well. I don't care what you do. I don't care how you come up with these trades as long as you can label them. Maybe you're sitting in the room and your dog's underneath, your desk over there, and every time your dog farts, you buy a stock and it makes money. What I would do is feed your dog a can of beans and keep them attached to your side right underneath your desk 24/7 and mark it off. Just do whatever it is that you do best. Cut out the BS that you don't. Don't get sucked into doing strategies because Scammy Princess does really well with them. I don't care if she's really good at Fibonacci. I don't care if she's really good at certain setups. What are you good at? That's what I want to know. What are you good at? Discover it with us. Discover what you do best. You're an individual. You know what Wall Street likes to do with people like you? They have like a few cans and they're like, all right, you're an intraday trader or you're a scalper, you're overnighter, you're a swing trader, and they just drop you in a bucket. Whatever happened to like we're all unique individuals? Whatever happened to we all have different strengths and weaknesses? Seems like we forgot that we're actually serving human beings here. I thought we were serving, a bunch of credit card swipers. Excellent notes. Thank God the month is over. Be good to your girlfriend. Keep up the great work. And let's move on to the next email. And by the way, these emails all came in today. Just so you know, I'm not like one of those scammy princess services where they'll just show you testimonials from traders who already blow out. This is the good, bad, and ugly right now in the Newsbeat live room. This is the good, the bad, the ugly right here, right now, today, sent today, unvetted, right with you. We will tackle them together. Hey Mark, great month. 22. Oh, that was the other email. Whoops. Have to copy and paste the next email. Okay. Hello, Mark. I feel my toxicity is holding me back from better trading and nicer P&Ls. I've realized those are Porsches and Lexuses. I've realized there have been many toxic people in my life, as well as very nurturing people too. But the most toxic person I ever met is probably myself. I was so mad at Apple today. I was so mad at Street Smart Edge SSE. I was acting irrational from the anger. Overall, though, Mark, very sick month. My P&L for the month is spectacular. I've become spoiled by Tesla. Playing Apple today was a nice little wake-up call to reality. I think I'm at all-time highs for consistency. I love you, bro. Thanks for the dollars. Um, okay, he sent a couple things here. Let's see what he sent. What is this? Oh, nice. So this is a little calendar he has for November. Hey, bro, look, you made $53,185 right over here. I don't need to tell you, this is just an absolute monstrous number up here. So really, like, no joke. First of all, congratulations. And when it comes to consistency, so many traders following these scammy guru princesses out there, they're unable to make money consistently. And I appreciate not just showing the number because the number is always bullshit. The number is just a product of you being smart. And I know these gurus out there like to show the numbers because it's very easy to show a big number. It's very hard to show what you were going through psychologically and mentally every day. And this is a perfect example of exactly that. And you could just see, first week, you could see $660, 670, 2100, 1900, 1100, 1800, 4400, negative 900. He takes a loss. Plus, what was that, $7? Oh, because he wrote down his thing and he probably came back later and traded. Plus $7. Be very careful when you do that, by the way. In the end, this is only a $50 difference, but psychologically, you went to war for that 50 bucks. Plus $7, plus $1,900. Look at this. Negative, check that out. Negative $3,800 right here. Check out this P&L right here. Negative 3,800. But again, your gains should be bigger than your losses. Look at that, $4,400. 44. So we already had a $4,400 day before I did negative 3,800. And I know all these would have overcome that anyway, but just so you see. After that, plus 2,300, plus 16,400, plus 5,400, plus 3,500, plus 8,400, plus 1,600, plus 4,300. Oh, this was Thanksgiving, LOL. Market close, $0. You know what? Psychologically, I don't even want you to watch. I guess you can want, since you're filling in everything, but don't feel like you made $0 that day when the market was closed, just psychologically. Anyway, moving on. Then he made $2,500 and then he lost 1520. So the total of his losing days here, 4,700, 60, 6,220, 6,000. So from his losing days here, he lost negative $6,200. Exactly. Whoa, that's a very small font. So he lost $6,200 here. Negative $6,200 was his losing P&L. I guess if you just literally add 6,200 to this number, he pretty much made almost 60,000 on his gains. But the important thing, and then you do 60,000 minus whatever 6,200 approximately, you get like around that number. But here's the point. Look at his big losing day here. Look at that negative 3,800. Look at it. He had 3 losing days all month. He had 3 losing days all month. Look how many days he had that were better than his biggest losing day. And that's very important because it shows that you're doing something right when you don't suffer these massive losses. Here's one day. Here's man, I need a thicker. There we go. Here's one day over 3,800. Here's another 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 day over 3,800. So he had 5 days, each more than his biggest losing day. That is psychologically powerful. That's where I want your confidence to be. Not looking at some superhero trader who is trying to gain your confidence by showing you a number. You know what it's like? You know what these gurus are like? They're like professional strippers. And not only that, not only just any stripper, they're like in the red light district because you just walk down the street, you're not even looking for them. It's like you're on Facebook and they just appear in your ads all of a sudden. And they're walking by and you're walking by on the street and you're doing this and then you see like in the window and you're like, "Oh, that looks nice." Then as soon as you come in, what do you have to do? Swipe the credit card or give the money. To be and see something that you were never supposed to see. You swipe the money. To be with something that you were never supposed to be with, you swipe the money. And that's what these gurus showing you their numbers are. They're like the professional workers in the red light district in where is it? Amsterdam, right? I've never been there. That's what they're like. And in order to get you're like, "Ooh, that looks nice. That will make me feel like something great tonight because I'm feeling a little down on myself. Let me scan it." But you know what the difference is? Want to know the difference between that professional worker and these gurus are? At least with the professional worker, you know what you're getting. You're going in there, they're showing you everything underneath the hood. You're not looking for something that's not there. And then when it's over, you walk out. Notice how I'm talking like I've ever been to Amsterdam or one of these places, and I promise you, a nice Jewish boy like me would never do that. But you know what you're getting. You go in there, you walk out. With these gurus, they promise you the world, riches, look, numbers in your face, bang, 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 bang. And you go there, and then you come out and you're like, "Yo, I have no money in my wallet." And they're like, "That's okay. Swipe your credit card again, borrow money, do whatever you need to do to get it." And they are destroying your life. They are living wealthy off of it. And it's disgusting. I'm going to continue with the S marks now, but I am just telling you, I want to just, you know, I want to just continue talking about just one more point. It was funny today because it just dawned on me. For the past 13 years in which I've been running trading rooms, I sucked. There was a time so long ago, it was like, you know, um, you know, back before these beautiful ladies arrived here, the trading counselors here at T3 when I was in, the firm back in like I was here like oh 07, oh 08, oh 09, 10, 11. It's so fuzzy, so long ago. Man, I don't even remember what I had, for dinner yesterday, but actually I do because I went out with my wife for a first time. But look, point is, point is, back then, I remember somebody told me that I had a 21% retention ratio in my room. And I remember everybody at T3 was like, oh, wow, wow, like amazing. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, I didn't know any better. I'm like, oh, wow, that's incredible because it's over the industry average of, 95, 94, 96% people failing and dropping out and having a retention ratio of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. for example, maybe 10 if you're really amazing. So I remember I had, the highest retention ratio also like I do today now as well, but also back then. And I stopped and I thought to myself, like, I suck. Wow, do I suck? Because for every one person that might be doing well, there are four others that fail. Think about that. How is that supposed to make me feel good? I mean, I'm making money, right? The world's good around me. Don't worry about anyone else. It's like you're swimming, but you're pushing every trader aside as the guru, and you're swimming like this, and you're just pushing everyone out of the way to try to get to the finish line yourself. And then I just realized on it, based on the statistics that I see, and based on the votes, and based on what the Newsbeat Live members tell me from good and bad, if I literally got a percent of every single person's money here from trading on the positive side, and I had to pay a percent to every single losing trader, I would be rich beyond whatever I have ever imagined. But if you take every single other trading service here on Wall Street, and I mean every single one, and the guru, for example, had to pay 10% of the money for everyone's losses and gets 10% for everyone's wins, all of them would be bankrupt, below zero, negative, broke. Every single one on Wall Street would be broke. I would have been one of those broke people. Not in the past year and a half, per se, perhaps, but every single guru right now in this industry, if they were to agree to that, to pay 10% of everyone's losing tab and gain 10% from everyone's winning tab, they'd all be bankrupt. Real rooms, like rooms with hundreds of people. Not like, 10 people, whatever, then whatever. But like real trading rooms, like larger trading rooms. They'd all be broke. Think about that for a moment. It's a new month. Keep up the great work. Congratulations. All right. Let's go on to the next email. Hey, Mark. Just want to give you an update since my last email in the middle of October. I finished October nicely, just a few hundred shy of my first five-figure month. Congratulations. November didn't start great for me. I was actually down $4,000 for the month, midway through the month. It was my fault as I took a bunch of random trades that cost me big. Look at that. He knows they were random trades because he knows it wasn't what he did best. This is such a powerful sentence right here. I wish everybody who was losing money can say it was my fault as I took a bunch of random trades that I shouldn't have. So he already understands what to do. I analyzed those trades, very next sentence, and focused on not taking so many random trades. Right as I did that, Tesla's epic run started. Tesla's epic run started literally the night of November 16th as we did a video putting a $600 target on it 9 trading days ago. Not only did I finish the month up five figures, oh my God, see, I get really passionate about this. You might hear me use a word, oh, Mark said the word shit, or he's making fun of that, of little princess over there who cries to his or her superiors because he or she really sucks at their job and destroys the lives of so many people around them. This When people do well in my service, that's what lifts me up. When people do bad, I sit there and I say, how can I do better for this person? What can I do to get this person to the next level? So when I was reading this email and you see me like this, because I'm getting worried. I get very emotionally attached to everyone. Nobody is just a number here in this room. Nobody is just a number here. I take personally everything because here's the bottom line. I mean, sometimes I wish I could be a heartless son of a bitch, really. It would make a lot of things easier on me to be a heartless son of a bitch, but I just don't have that in me. I get very emotionally attached when I shouldn't, type of thing. Sounds like a personal problem. Maybe it is. But I get very emotionally attached to these people, and I feel vested in their success. They're paying money here at such a great and wonderful company to come here and they want to learn trading and this and this. And yes, legally it's for educational purposes only. But guess what? People aren't sitting there with their thumb where the sun doesn't shine and not trading. People are coming in here obviously as traders. That's what trading services do. And yes, I really care about their success. I care about all of your successes. And that's why it really hits me hard when you guys have a tough time, and that's why it really lifts me up when you have a great time. So, right as I did that, Tesla's epic run started. Not only did I finish the month up 5 figures, I had my first 5 figure week. My only regrets for this month is that I took all those random trades early on and that I didn't size up a bit more when things were working so well. Would have had an epic month if I did that. I saw all those people having 5 figure days and it made me wish I sized up a bit more. But then I realized that time will come for me eventually. I just need to continue trading smart and size up gradually and continue being consistent. That's my man. Looking forward to December and ending the year strong. Thanks for all you do, bro. Harding working guru. James Harden working hardest working guru by far in the biz. Thank you so much, bro. I really appreciate that email, and it's kind of funny because like I think it was like not recently, but like maybe a month and a half ago. I came over and I was a bit down, and my wife's like, "Mark, you okay? You okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, I'm fine. Did anything happen?" No, 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 baby, I'm good. I'm good. Trust me, girl. We're good. Everything's good. She's like, "Did somebody in your room have a hard day?" That is the first question because she's my wife. She digs. She's not going to take no. She sees it written all over my face, even when I walk away from this. Like, it's the first thing she asks me. She's like, somebody in your room have a hard time? Tell me about it. What do you think you could do better? How can you help them? Have you talked to them about this? Have you talked to them about that? What can you do to help these people? And she sees it written all over my face. And sometimes when I'm down, she'll bring out I don't show this to anybody, but she'll bring out the book that I save of the emails. And what I do is I save the emails from the struggling traders and I save the emails from the successful traders. And as soon as the traders turn consistently profitable, I read the emails of where they were and I read the emails of where they are now. And it lifts me up. So I remember one day, I was, I mean, I think I was a little bit of a dick to my son. Like I try to be like a really good father, and again, I take these things personally. And like I don't know, I was like in the middle of something. I think like I raised my voice, like I yelled at him, and then he got like all sad and stuff, and he put his head down. I'm like, oh God, I feel like such a dick. And then it was just like I felt like bad. It was like still bothering me, and I was being like extra nice to him. I bought him like a puzzle on Amazon. I was like trying to like buy my way out of the situation. It's crazy. I don't think that's the right thing to do as a father. I'm pretty new at this. It's what I did. Um, so I was like trying to like climb out of that scenario here, and I was like real down, and my wife knew I was down. So what she did was she brought out my success folder of all the successful traders that we as a community helped turn consistent. And I was reading through them, and I felt really good. And I tried to change myself to not raise my voice to him in the same capacity. It wasn't the act of raising my voice to him that like really bothered me. It was his reaction to me raising my voice with him. Because I raised my voice with him because whatever, he was like over talking, like I was trying to have an important conversation with my better half, and he kept interrupting me. He's 5 years old. Like I should know that better. And he kept interrupting me. I'm like, my man, daddy's talking to mommy. Give me 1 second. And I was like, all right, so this is what happens to me. And he's like, "Ah, blah, blah, blah." I'm like, dude. And then like I raised my voice and I felt like, I don't know, felt like a real dick. But um, my wife was able to lift me up there by showing me the emails of traders being successful. So great job, great comeback. It's great that you realized what you did wrong. That is one of the most important things for you. And I know it's the end of the month, and a lot of you guys are writing in now. And let's just go on to the next email. Thank you. Um, hey, Mark, it's been 3 months of consistency and 6 months since joining your room. So you joined 6 months ago and you had 3 consistent months. I remember when I used to make $50 to $100 every day and would be happy with it. I stuck with the process and now making 300 to 500, which is unreal to me. I started this account with $1,800, added 1,500 more once I hit 5K. My account is at all-time highs and I'm very happy with my results. This is all thanks to you. I did not know what I was getting myself into joining this room, but I am so grateful I took that risk. I love you, bro. You're the best. Thanks for all you do. Again, um, let's see what you shared with us. Hmm. Oh my God. This is a smooth equity curve. And this is what you don't get in Scammy Princess's trading services. You get a smooth equity curve. This is why you need to trade here. This is why, because look at this. It's smooth. There's no big dips. And this, and I'll tell you what this means to me. And yeah, granted, this isn't smooth because you made a shit ton of money here, but that's okay. That's the smooth that I don't mind. And here's the beautiful thing here with something like this. The beautiful thing here is when I see that in my head, I already see a pathway to you making millions of dollars. I can't legally tell you you're going to make millions of dollars here. I can't legally tell you anything like that. That's why there's a disclaimer in the front of this video. That's why I would never make such a claim. But me, that's the first step in the direction towards a seven-figure trader. Having something that looks like this, having no rush. Look at your return in your past 1, 2, 3, 4, was it 6 months you said? Look at your return. 1,326% on a micro-sized account. That's why we are the #1 trading room for traders with small accounts. Did you get scammed somewhere else? This is what I love to see. And I remember telling you, and I know who you are, and granted, I hide people's email names. I know who you are. And I remember telling you, just keep it going. Just keep it going. Making 50 to 100 bucks a day. Just keep it going. Just keep it going. Now I'm making 300 to 500 a day. You know what 300 to 500 a day is? It's 6,000 to 10,000 a month. If you're in the middle there, you're making 8,000 a month. You're making 96,000. You're almost a six-figure trader with the numbers you're showing me. If you could maintain that and heavens forbid even grow. $1,800 account. And he only added 1,500 once he hit 5K. So he went from 1,800 to 5K, added 1,500 more. Did you really need it at that point? I'm not, whatever. Just, all right. And just absolutely phenomenal here. So again, thank you. Your email is going in the love folder, and Melnick needs a pick me up moment. Thank you so much. Um, Interesting. The title of this email is I just joined today. Mark, I'm new to the room today. I stumbled upon a few of your videos online and realized there was a lot that I can learn from you. I was building a portfolio of growth stocks and was feeling pretty smart until October 13th. I didn't take profits and wrote it right back down to November 1st. I enjoy technical analysis and think of myself as a numbers person, but after watching your videos, I realized how toxic this was for me. I don't want to write it back down again. I took your recommendations to heart and I've ordered a Philip Stein watch on the Black Friday sale and it should arrive soon. I'm ready to learn and I'm thankful to have found this group. Okay. Um, Thank you for reaching out. That's very nice with you. I'm honored that you're here. Women have, she's a female. Women have, are really the best traders in the industry on average. You take 100 women, 100 men, you're going to find a success ratio in the women that just absolutely decimates the men, statistically speaking. That increases your odds here. Um, and I would say, ask me everything. Take immaculate notes. Come to me with every problem, every question you have, because I will be here for you every single night that I can humanly possible to help you figure out where to go for your next level. I want to help be almost like a guiding light. You're going to walk the path, but I'm going to teach you how to carve your own path. And that's what I really want to do. And that's where confidence is built. That's where confidence is earned. Thank you for, you know, giving us a shot. Welcome to your new family. You're not going to want to be anywhere else. And reach out to me with any profits, sub subliminal Freudian slip, right? Reach out to me with any problems that you may have. Wow, that was a crazy Freudian slip. Mark, as you may recall, I am a retired investor living on a pension. I joined the Newsbeat live room in August 2018, 2+ years ago. Before that, when I started trading in this room, I risked about $500 per trade and had big gains and big losses. Four-figure up or down days were common, but consistent winning days were not so common. After listening to you, watching you trade, and reading how others in the room trade, I gradually cut down the size of my positions. I did this to reduce the psychological toxicity you so often discuss and to avoid big losses. I am a happier trader now, take smaller positions, and have become consistently profitable. I'd like to increase my share size. About 90% of my trades are stocks trades and 10% are option trades, but I've been reluctant to do so. I prefer small gains to any loss and need to get over that reaction. No, no, no. I prefer small gains to any loss. Yes, that's good. That's good. Most people can't psychologically handle a bunch of bigger losers. You have to just keep focusing on the winning days. Build a cushion that is so fluffy. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing the right thing. Don't fix. How does one fix that which is not broken? And that is what you're really asking me here. And what I have learned sizing up, and this is funny because a lot of traders out there watching, and if you're still watching, it's funny how we have the vast majority of you watching. Usually by this point in the video, YouTube statistics will show you more often that 97% or so of the people stop watching. We still have about 80% of you watching, so I'm really reaching out to you in a very strong and powerful way, and thank you for watching because I'm going to show you something right now. Most traders have issues sizing up. Here's the problem. If you're following Scammy Princess, you're probably taking such big wins, such big losses, similar to what this person is talking about here. And the problem with that is that you don't know when to size up. It's sort of a random thing, and you're afraid because if you size up and then all of a sudden you take a bigger loss, it's going to affect you psychologically. Most people are like, oh, once you get good, you just put a zero at the end of your P&L and a zero at the end of your share size. And it's like, no, that's not how it works. What usually happens with, and there is no right way to size up, there's only wrong ways to size up. If I were to describe the right way to size up, it is that you're just so effing consistent. You are so consistently profitable and you have such a big cushion that it's not even going to make you blink if you size up. Not only that, most traders, I don't know what contract size you're at or share size. Like if you're using shares, it's easy to size up because you could take, instead of buying 100 shares of something, you could do 120 shares. Most traders, they like to double in, almost as if they're at a casino. It's like, all right, you got it's like in blackjack. If you get like two of the same card, like you could like split them by putting in a full bet, like doubling in. You don't have to do that in trading. It's not gambling. In my opinion, yeah, you could lose all your money if you're stupid and you're doing the wrong things. And being stupid is doing a stupid strategy taught to you by somebody who's greedy, selfish, borderline evil, and then is really financially destroying you. That's what I mean by stupid. In fact, I've noticed some of the most intelligent people I've ever met in my life struggle in trading. So far from like stupid, like low IQ stupid. No, stupid meaning a stupid situation that, people in my shoes put people like you in. Um, I don't like this sentence saying you. I like this sentence, but I don't believe you need. Look, I can't legally tell you what to do. I don't humbly believe you need to get over that reaction. I think you just keep padding yourself, padding yourself. You ever see like one of those like fake sumo outfits that they have at like some of those parks and you're just walking around with like your arms and legs extended out and you like bump into somebody else and you're in this like super huge like puffy bubble where you can't hurt yourself. How many of you guys know what I'm talking about here? Like they have like the fake sumo outfits that you put on and it's like this huge bubble suit and you bump into somebody else and you're like you can't hurt yourself because you're just like in this big bubble. That's what I want your account to look like. You have so much padding around you that even if you fall back, you just bounce right back up. I regret missing trades that are too risky in my view or closing positions too soon. Why? Why? Because hindsight is 2020. You are still working through. I'll tell you why. I'm asking you why. It was a rhetorical question that I know the answer to. People who ask this question are still suffering from psychological toxicity. You regret missing trades. I'm more consistent than I ever have in my entire life. Let's see what's wrong with this situation. That's how your brain works. I regret missing trades that are too risky in my view or closing positions too soon, but I have become more comfortable with my results and accepting that the way I am trading, I will not make big dollars on any trade or any day. Here are my results for October and November. Um, October 1st to 15th. You made all right. So he's showing. I'm just gonna lower the font here so you can see this easier. Let's lower the font maybe to this. There we go. All right, so here we go. Here are my results for October and November. So he's showing 2 weeks at a time. So in these 2 weeks, he made $1,393. In these 2 weeks, he made $2,100. These 2 weeks, he made $2,000. In these 2 weeks, he made $1,800. But here is the real pretty thing. Winning days 9, losing days 3. Winning days 11, losing days 1. Winning days 9, losing days 1. Winning days 9, losing days 1. Does anyone want to add that up for me real quick? That's 38 winning days and 6 losing days. 38 winners, 6 losing days. Now, if you literally look at that percentage wise, you are batting 86% on the daily. You are making money 86% of the time according to this, and you're still making very modest money, but you're coming from a place in which you were taking big gains and losses because you're probably following the either the very infamous, very common, the everywhere shows you 2 to 1, 3 to 1, 4 to 1, 10 to 1, 5 to 1 risk reward scam, where they basically tell you you could bat 50% and do well. And that's why you're having huge up days, huge down days, huge up days, huge down days. It's nonsense. You're going to destroy yourself. You're not going to be able to psychologically withdraw, like hold up through there unless you're part of like 1% of the population. I'm not part of that 1%, just so we're clear. I can't handle these huge ups, huge down. It'll destroy you. I know how it feels. It destroyed me. All right. Oh, you actually gave the answer here. I was actually doing the math in my head. So that's 38 winning days, 6 losing days. You made 7,400. Biggest winning days. Look at this. 514, 485, 468. Biggest losing days, 420. Giggity. $99. So already you're doing something right when your bigger winning days are larger than your bigger losing days. And that's one of the biggest problems traders have. That's why you're in a psychologically positive environment here in the Newsbeat live room. And again, links in the description if you're interested in anything. My goals are one, to trade bigger share size, pad. I can't tell you what to do. I'm just thinking what I would do for myself. Pad your P&L more. Increase the number of option trades rather than stock trades to increase leverage. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Tesla, I like doing options. But today in Apple, I did stock and options. Like I just find it easier sometimes to just scalp thousands and thousands of shares of Apple as opposed to like, doing options sometimes. But depends on the stock. Make sure you discern which ones are more viable for stock and option trades, in my opinion, for what you prefer, of course, to hold on to at least part of a winning trade longer. And you notice I did that today in Apple too. So we're focusing on Apple today, ladies and gentlemen. It was one of the names that we were all over. And I was at the point where I was trying to give Apple a little room to run as well. I was trying to give Apple a little room to run here as well, and here was Apple today on a 5-minute chart, and really beautiful early on. We caught it early on, caught it throughout the day. It was a really nice stock, right? Um, Back to the email. Overall, I am delighted with the Newsbeat live room and what I have learned from you and other members. Thanks, gentlemen who wrote the email. My thoughts, keep up the good work. Hmm. I'm sure I'm sure other gurus are sitting here right now reading their members and reading their members' thoughts and emails about how they're doing. I'm sure other gurus are doing that right now. I'm positive of it. Really. I'm positive that they really care enough to really try to figure out what's going on in your life and not give investment advice, but at least look. Hello, Mark. It's my best month ever in my trading career. Picture attached is November 2020. What works for me, one and done on Newsbeat live names. That's a strategy we teach you for free. Mark 1 on chart resets. Those are two strategies we teach you for free. Mark 5 before 11 a.m. Another strategy we teach you for free. Hmm. Hmm. How funny. How funny. Educators who are not qualified to educate you, educating you for thousands of dollars. Somebody like me, educating you for free. Irony. Whew, feel all that irony raining upon me. After only news names. But the important lesson is, and I'll share how I did this month too with you guys. Do you guys watching on YouTube and Facebook want to know how I did? I talked about it with my room already earlier. But the important lesson is today's loss. I was up 7K, but needed to make 2K more to have a $100,000 month profit. One trade to make 2K ended up down 150 bucks. Wanted to break even for the day, down to 5K. With your news names and YY, I'm down 3,900. Lesson: don't trade based off a monthly P&L goal. I am good in terms of toxicity, so he was trying to force it because he wanted to have his $100,000 month, and he forced it, and he was up $7,000, and he forced it, and he forced it, and he forced it, and forced it, and all of a sudden he's up only 3,900. So he gave up 3,100 trying to chase a number, and that's one of the key lessons here. I keep telling you, don't chase a number. I am good in terms of toxicity as I am good coping mechanism, but I just wished I didn't have to go through the OODA loop of today and call it a day with 7K profit and end the month with $98,000 month. Lesson learned. Thanks for everything you do. You always under promise, over deliver. Let's see what you shared with us here. Um, okay, let's, I guess, rotate it. Oops, let's keep rotating it. Flip vertical. Oops, nope, let's not flip vertical. Oh my God, rotate left again. Rotate left again. There we go. All right, so let's see how consistent you are um, in this room. Let's see what true consistency. First of all, congratulations on your best month ever. This is, as I say before, this is what it looks like when you're ready to become a seven-figure trader. And you want to know the funny thing? I am not P&L wise the best trader in my room. My guess is I'm not top 10. My guess is I'm not top 20. My guess is I'm not top 30. My guess is I'm maybe in the top 50 when it comes to P&L in my room, and that's a guess. I don't really know the answer to that, but I'm definitely nowhere near the top 10. In other trading services, usually the guru is number 1, 2, or 3. And it's an important thing to say that because, I mean, not only am I a good trader, but like most gurus are like the best trader in the room. And that just shows that they're horrible educators and horrible broadcasters. Like, how are you the best trader in your room? Oh, you're just the sweetest thing since sliced bread? Okay. Let's see how you did on your days. 2,200, 5,200, 13 bucks, 3,000, 1,500, 5,300, 6,300, 1,990, 4,300, 3,200. Here we go. Negative 581. Great loss. Great day. This is what you want to focus on and smile here. Because after all of this, you give back 580 bucks. That's beautiful. 4,200, 17,600, 7,400, 9,800, 4,000, 9,200, 2,945 holiday. See, and Booth wrote $0 here. You see the psychological toxicity, Booth? You're like, oh God, I had a break even day. Like, bro, the market is closed. Booth is like, I'm gonna break into the exchange and turn all the machines on. It's like, chill, Booth, chill. Like, take it easy there, bro. Like, man, just easy. $7,400. And today, after being up 7,000, oh, I thought he gave back 3,100. He gave back almost $11,000. He lost 3,900 today. Picasso at work. He lost $11,000 off his highs. Oh my God. Lesson learned. You know why? As I always say, what do I say? Don't focus on the number. You are so focused. You needed that six-figure month so badly. It's never worth it. Not only for the P&L. Look, you're going to survive. You're going to survive with numbers like this. You're going to survive with a $3,900 loss. I get it. I get it. I get it. You're going to survive, but it's going to F up the mentality. You have to learn a lesson. I don't care if you gave back $100. I prefer you gave back 100 over 11,000, but I don't really care about that. I mean, I'm not worried about how you did for the month because you lost 3,900 today. That's why don't look at your numbers until the month is over. That's my best advice for you. Don't look at the numbers until the month is over. Then you won't give an F until the month is over. That is my best advice for you. Congratulations on your best month ever. All right, got a double email. All right, here we go. Today is the name of this next one. This is a bad day for me. I was going to do only the one and done today, but then took the work news trade. Huh? Oh, you mean in the pre-market? Like that one? I don't know, but then took the work news trade, lost on that, made 4 cents on the Apple one and done, proceeded to make mistakes on practically every trade, buying when I should be selling, going in after it triggered, front run loss on Moderna, late on many trades. I made some money on some QQQ puts, that day was not a total loss, but it is hard to quit now. I know that I am toxic, probably was toxic from the work trade. I was working on being sure that I got out of trades when they went down and did that, except for the $1.65 loss when I bought instead of sold Tesla. Oh, so you hit the wrong button. And this is actually common when you're psychologically toxic. It probably started off with this work trade, you know, gurus who try to tell you, they put you in what I call the 43-57 paradigm, where if you're following any of these gurus, you're batting usually between 43 and 57%. And just curious, what do you guys think is worse? Do you think it's worse to bat 20% or 43%? I'm serious. Like, what do you think? What do you think is worse and why? Why is it what's worse? Is it worse to bat 43? Is it worse to bat 43? Is it worse to bat 50% or 20%? Which one? 50 or 20? What do you think? We're gonna run a live Newsbeat live poll right now, and we're gonna share it with you guys on Facebook. What's worse as a trader? And obviously you think I'm doing something here where like it's a loaded answer, but just answer how you feel. There is really no right or wrong. It's my opinion, but um, we're gonna ask you right now. Here, I'm gonna send a poll. We're gonna send it in, and then I am gonna go ahead and share it. Hold on, I'm gonna just add. I'm just gonna add a little source here. Hold on. Uno momento. We're going to add a little screen capture here. Keep keep the votes going. There we go. Come on. Be honest. Be honest, Newsbeat Live members. What's worse as a trader? To bat 50% or to bat 20%? All right. We're going to take your answers for 30 more seconds. Keep piling it in, Newsbeat Live members. Keep piling those answers in. Keep piling them in. What do you think is worse? And then I'm going to give you my opinion afterwards. All right. So, all right, 5 more seconds to vote. Five, four, three, and then they, as they do like the camera on the TV shows, they're like, "You're on in five, four, three," like that. You know how they do that? All right, fine. Um, so, all right. So let me just remove this. All right. Whoops, remove the wrong thing. Ha. Have to share my charts again. 1 second. So right now, the Newsbeat live members are pretty much saying that most of us really feel that batting smaller is much worse. Here, let me just share part of my screen so it's not all black here. Oopsie. Just uno momento. Thank you so much for thy patience. And we'll just extend it like this. And we'll move that over there. Okay. It's worse to bat 20%, psychologically speaking, in my humble opinion, and based on all the research and the numerous and I would say at this point countless, since I can't count how many reports I read. To bat, it is much worse, not even a little worse, much worse to bat 50% than it is to bat 20%. And the reason why is when you bat 50%, your mind goes what I like to refer to, and there are a lot of studies, and I encourage you all to do your own due diligence on this. Don't, I'm not a licensed psychologist, but I've read a lot of the professional psychological studies, and I do consider myself, as they say, if you know 10% more than other people, you're an expert at the matter. I think I know tons more than most people just simply based on the time I spent doing it, but that doesn't mean you can't learn and catch up as well. All right, so it's much worse, like to me, almost infinitely times worse to bet 50% as opposed to 20%. And it was a loaded question. You know, I was going to go somewhere with this because it was obvious that 50 was a higher number than 20. And why would you want to bet 20 when you could bet 50? Because when you bet 20%, you know what you're effing up on. You know what you don't do well. It's very clear in your mind. This is totally not working. I gotta change. When Scammy Princess Guru teaches you her Fibonacci's and her moving averages and her strategies, and you try to apply them, what happens is you don't know what you do well or not anymore. Because you're like that trader who was losing in the room before, following me, losing where has big gains, big losses, big gains, big losses. He's going up, he's going down. It's a roller coaster. It's a roller coaster. Look at the P&Ls of the people I showed you today. What does it look like? Like this. Do you see some of the people struggling? It's like, and then they'll have like a big dip when they lose, and up and then down, and it's like that. Because when you're batting 50%, your head is literally in a mode of chaos. It has no idea what it's doing right or wrong. There's no consistency. It doesn't know if it's going to get punched in the face or if it's going to get rewarded. It's confused. It's confused. And they do I'm going to talk about the tests on rats they do to prove this, but I don't want to go deep into that psychological study. I'd rather just explain it this way. When you're right 50% of the time, you have no idea what's happening. You're stuck in a loop where you always feel that you're right around the corner from succeeding. You're like, I'm right there, and you're never there. How many of you guys can relate with that? That feeling where you feel like you're just right around the corner from being a successful trader. You just have to do what you do well. You know why? Because you know what the good trades feel like. You know what the bad trades feel like. And in your head, if I could just avoid the bad trades and just keep the good trades. Then maybe I'm right around the corner and I'm going to get to where I need to go. And that's exactly how I felt. And that's exactly how I felt. And it's a shitty feeling. It's a crappy feeling. It's a bad feeling. It's a bad feeling. Really. Terrible, terrible, terrible feeling. That is why all these traders get stuck with these gurus not understanding why they can't do this. Because they feel they can do this. They just feel they're screwing up in a certain way, but that's the whole scam. They come to you and they tell you bet 2 to 1, 3 to 1, 4 to 1, 5 to 1, and you could bet 50-50 to make money. But if you're batting 50-50, you'll never know what you do good and you'll never know what you do bad. And that's the problem with it. It's nothing personal. It's what everyone on Wall Street does. It's not pointing out one person. It's everyone. It's literally everyone. Everyone I've seen. I mean, I haven't been in any of these other rooms ever. I don't join other people's trading rooms. I run my own for 13 years. So like, but when people come to me and they explain it to me, that's where my knowledge comes from. So that's how I know. But it's just like you don't understand what you do wrong, so you get stuck. That is why being in this room, that is what you're seeing what members are posting. That's what true consistency looks like. So I want to go back to this member's issues. So you're saying you're not sure how I did that. You accidentally bought when you sold because you were psychologically toxic from the morning. I had a couple of longer term trades, Amazon and XLY, that were down today. I suppose after all the Black Friday hype was done with, it seemed like I was jumping all around and did not have the proper focus to make a few good trades instead of 38 crazy ones. I was front running Tesla plays 30 to 50 cents, marketed out with losses despite what the published bid was. Three horrible trades in a row. People on the chat made 30 to 50 cents. Not sure what that was about. Unless I have screenshots of what happened on the trades, I'm not sure how I would protest any of the fills. I made one horrible trade each day for the past week. Last week I held trades too long because of wishful thinking. I was working on getting out fast today, almost as a reflex to hitting the trigger, but still had a horrible trade. A longer term trade that I could not hold on to through a downswing. That was ACB. Actually, two bad ones today. The second one was a trade where I thought I sold, but I bought two additional contracts. That's the second time you did that. You thought you sold something or were trying to sell something, but you accidentally bought more. That happened twice to you today from the Tesla trade from earlier, and had to take a loss on four contracts when I realized what happened. As far as I know, I'm doing the right stuff as far as eating, sleeping, exercising. Not sure what to do next to get straight. On the bright side, I made some money for the month. I'm glad that you came out ahead after all this. Sorry for all the psychological toxicity that you are going through. My thoughts are this. Some trades you did, it feels, based on events coming up. Now, I don't know if you do that well or not as a statistic. Were you statistically unlucky? Like you said, you bought Amazon because of Black Friday. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, you bought Amazon because of Black Friday, because, or Cyber Monday coming up, because it sort of makes sense. But at the same time, like, Amazon has been doing, like, just absolute, like, crap in the past, I don't know, 3 weeks. Maybe you thought that it might have been Amazon's time to run, perhaps. I don't know the answer to that. But, that's what I'm sort of thinking over there. So my overall thoughts to you are, what is it that you're doing best? Forget about the mistakes you made. Write that down and record a mistake, but what are you doing best? What is the one thing you do best? And I think once you're able to identify that, I think that's going to change a lot of things for you. I think you're going to stop trying to say, okay, well, this is a front run trade on a scalp, and this is a Black Friday, and this is the news on work that's going to be acquired by CRM, and this is this, and maybe you just have too many toes in too many different swimming pools. And you know what happens when you dip your foot in the kiddie pool? It's nice and warm, almost inviting. almost like a scammy guru flashing you a number to try to suck you into her web, only to cocoon you up and drink blood out of you. Analogy for your wallet at a later time. Maybe you need to figure out what is that you in which you do best. Yeah, the kiddie pool is always warm. Hmm. Do you have heaters in these pools? And the guy's like, no. We just let the kids swim in there. Um, anyway, man, I don't know about you guys, but I come from Starrett City in Brooklyn, and they have like the big pool club there, and they have like an Olympic-sized adult pool and a kiddie pool. Kiddie pool was in the winter. I kid you not, in the winter when it's like freezing cold outside, you would be is two indoor pools. In the winter when it was freezing cold outside, the kiddie pool, you saw steam coming up from the kiddie pool. Steam. And they don't heat the pool. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, moving on. And I remember thinking, like, why is there steam coming up? I thought it was cool as a kid because you're a young kid at the time. You're like, wow, that's pretty cool. It's like steam coming up. I'm like, no, it's just all those kids swimming, having a good time. Disgusting. Sorry about the visual image, reminiscing on Melnick's past. Um, so that would be my best advice to you. I want you to figure out for yourself the one thing you do best. I feel like you are all over the map today. You definitely had some psychological toxicity, and I want you to be able to move past that. And I think figuring out what you do best would be the first step in that direction. Hi, Mark. Hi. I have a question. I'm paper trading using your setup right now. Should the setup always take the first out of the money option, or do you need to change that strike during the day? Usually, I don't need to change the strike. Usually, it'll always be the first out of the money option. As an accurate generalization, that's what I do. Sometimes I do the one that's just in the money as well, but I'll usually denote that to the room. Obviously, if I'm doing that, I'll denote, all right, I'm looking at these calls or these puts. But as a generalization, yes, it's always the first out of the money. It looks like I don't always have the first out of the money. Really? I don't know why that happens. Does that mean my layout setup is wrong? I don't know. Send me a screenshot. Is there a setting I need to change? Perhaps. And just keep in mind, I can look at it for you, send me the email, but at the end of the day, if there's an issue, you have to call Schwab. I'll look at it and tell you if it's my layout or if it looks like my layout, but you can send me a screenshot and I'll try to help you. I don't know why. I know there were some problems with the options today. I'm not sure if my layout. I'm not sure if my layout um, is on your system or not, but I would have to see. The Twilight Zone after the Twilight Zone. Uh-oh. Hey, Mark. Oh, finish the week green at $43,000. Tesla and excellent news flow had a lot to do with it, but I'm noticing that each month my P&L is surpassing my expectations without any further effort. And this is why I created this graph here, which holds true. This is why I created this, where putting in the correct efforts, like I always tell you, and doing it over time will break you out of this. And this is the Twilight Zone. If you're watching this and you're in the Twilight Zone, it means you feel trading is not for you. I can't do this. I'm doing everything I'm told and not achieving the results I want. The red are your results, the green is your expectations. And as you're inside this box where your results are less than your expectations, you'll always be able to psychologically damage yourself with these thoughts, saying trading is not for me, I can't do this, I'm doing everything I'm told and not achieving the results I want. Those are three of the most common things. Obviously, there could be other things as well. And then what happens is just magically, your results start exploding past your expectations, and you have no idea what happened. I put you in a psychological, whoops, I put you in a psychologically very a psychologically positive environment in order to do this. I'm putting you in a place where you can actually make and succeed and do very well for yourself. That's the type of environment I'm putting you in psychologically, and that's why you're getting these results. Bottom line, in my opinion, So by saying it's surpassing your expectations without any further effort, what you're literally doing is dun, 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 you're literally doing this. You are literally, your results are just continuing to explode up, but you're just still putting in the same correct effort. And your expectations now are slightly increasing, believe it or not, but your results are still blowing past them. So believe it or not, your expectations are actually slightly increasing, but your results are just going parabolically higher. My size is increasing, but there is no additional mental expenditure. Everything is flowing. I'm trading the same way after some adjustments when I joined the room, but the months keep getting better and better. You talk about the Twilight Zone a lot. It hit me this weekend. It hit me this weekend while discussing it with my wife that I've been in a sort of Twilight Zone for many years as well. I was very comfortable in the $1,000 to $1,500 a day range without realizing I was in a self-imposed performance prison, an area of familiarity, familiarity, familial of the blah, 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 what? All right, tongue twister. Yeah, I want to see you guys pronounce that word. Go ahead. Pronounce the word familiarity. 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 And relative apathy. Can't believe I got stuck on that word. Ever since I started really delving deeply into psychology and physiology, my performance has blasted off to new levels. I'm writing to say thanks, but to also share how important it is to self examine and explore. Yes, it is almost like people, and this is such an important sentence here where you say, I'm writing to say thanks, you're welcome, but to also share how important it is to self examine and explore. And this is why I tell you guys, sift. This is why I was talking about shit sifting. Because once you shift through your own, when, when you sift through your own shit, you'll be able to find out what you do well and what you don't do well. It will be readily available for you. Think about it like this. When aliens invade the Earth and they want to know who humans are, they use an anal probe. They go in from the behind and they take a look through all your shit to find out exactly who you are. Think about that. And they have to be more advanced than us if they're able to get here. What do? We're going to run tests on them. What should we do? Put a camera in their behind. Let's take a look. You know what they call that here? Colonoscopy. You need to perform a colonoscopy of your trading results. You need to perform an anal probe of your own results. You need to look through all the crap that you've done and pick out the one thing you do best. You might not like my words, but you got to appreciate my honesty. You got to appreciate my no BS, no bullshit. Well, yeah, because we wouldn't be sifting through the cow. Anyway. This is a lonely and so yes, it is very important to self-examine and explore. This is a lonely and difficult part of the journey. Each trader must undertake alone. Yes, you must look at your results alone. This is a very powerful sentence here. This is a very powerful sentence here. I'm not going to drop the name of the individual, but I'm tweeting this one out and posting it in the room. That is really well said. This is a lonely and difficult part of the journey. Yes, guess what? Nobody is going to want to go sifting through your shit. You have to do it yourself. It's lonely and it's difficult and it's hypothetically and analogically smelly, like New Jersey. You make this process much easier. I will never abandon this important habit again. I wish I had taken this journey sooner. Loving the room. Thanks for the priceless service you offer. It goes far beyond trading. Oh, I accidentally highlighted his name. Much love and respect, Geronimo. Okay, so total net profit for the week. Look at that. For a week, $43,000. and he made 43,000 with 50,000 in gains and almost 7,000 in losses. So he made 50 on his winners, lost 7 on his losers to come out with $43,000. Sick. Absolutely sick. And again, I always appreciate people sharing this because for myself personally, since I did tell you that I would talk about some of the things, I personally had 0 losing days this week, and instead of being the guru that shares with you some massively large monthly P&L, I want to share with you my worst day of the month of November. My worst day, I made $237. Was my worst day of trading this month. Okay, the worst day that I had trading this month, I made $237. I don't really care that I made or lost. Psychologically, it's very minimal impact for me if I did have a losing day or two. I happened to not. It wasn't that I was. It's hard to say. It's hard to say whether you were trying or not trying to do something. But I'll tell you now that um, I do really well as a trader. I don't want to post results because it causes psychological toxicity in the room. Like if I posted, a massive P&L, for example, and somebody is having a hard time and they're having a hard time trading and they're following me and they're having a hard time trading, it's not going to make them feel good to see somebody with a very large number on their screen. I don't want to, how I want to show you how to build confidence? I want to show you the people around me. I could show you my performance. Yes, I have a higher hit ratio than the people showing you the numbers here, higher P&Ls than the people showing you numbers here, but like that doesn't mean anything. It's bullshit. That's all bullshit. Doesn't matter what I do. It matters what the people around me are able to do. And when I'm trying to show you, I just wanted you to know those people who I showed you, those are people, a lot of them, not all of them, not this last one, but the ones before, they are struggling losing traders when they came into this room. I want to highlight that for you. I didn't go like recruit these people out of like a professional league of traders and say, come join my service. Yes, we do have many big time traders who are successful before this room who, continue to, be in this room in service every day. But the emails written in, those are from traders like take my word from it for it. These are traders who are struggling, who are nowhere near the levels in which they're showing you. They are nowhere near those levels in which they were showing you. So I just want to point that out to you. And I just want to show you really what people go through. A lot of times I get more negative emails. Sometimes I get more positive emails. I know most of them today were positive. One person was, really struggling there. But this is who we are. This is the Newsbeat live room. I share them with you because I don't need two, three, four, I don't need 20 bullshit testimonials that I've been using for the past 5 years to show you how good I am. All right. I'm not here to prove to you how good or not good I am. I am here to make you a better trader. I'm here to have you build confidence in yourself. I'm here to make you a better person, a healthier person, a happier person, a more successful person. And if I'm able to accomplish that, nothing else matters. Stop living through the rose-colored lenses of somebody else's money. Start living through your own success. Once you're able to have the right building blocks, not the nonsense that you spent thousands of dollars on education for that doesn't work by a so-called educator, not that person, not that princess, not her, not him, not her, not him, and not her. I'm not trying to nickel and dime you. I will give you as many free things as possible. As being part of the Newsbeat live room, I give you a free Twitter service that I don't charge you for. It used to be thousands of dollars. I give you free strategies that are working now in today's environments, not old bullshit strategies which I package up to look nice and charge you $1,000 for. Strategies that are working right now. I give you by far, bar none, don't take my word for it. Ask anybody in the Newsbeat live room what is by far the best overnight slash swing service. Ask them. Just ask them. They'll tell you. And I give you that for free. You don't have to get nickeled and dimed every step in the way to be a successful trader. You don't have to subject yourself to psychological toxicity to be a successful trader. You don't have to struggle to get out of bed because you're depressed and you can't face your loved ones because you're struggling with money and you don't know what to tell them because you put your faith in somebody that just never is there for you during the tough times in which they are at least partially responsible for putting you through. Maybe not legally, but let's just admit, where were you losing the money? What are they doing to help you? Are they trying to help you? And those are the questions you should really ask in this industry. You have a lot of people who look out just for themselves. It is a very selfish, greedy industry. That's why Wall Street has a name for harboring scumbags who care nothing less about you until you have to re-sign up for your service, and then they're your best friend, and then you could talk to a very cute woman voice on the phone in order to sign up, and then everything is good and dandy, and once you swipe that credit card, you are burnt toast until you need to swipe it again. How about we have to do a better job for you? How about we have to go out of our ways to make sure you succeed? And the results you're seeing right now from the traders in this room is a result of people like me and the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of that of Newsbeat traders that come in at night and just literally come in here for these shows in order to help maintain their psychological fortitude as well as get them to the next level. I hope you guys enjoyed this Newsbeat live show. Hit the thumbs up button if you appreciated it. Spread the good word. And not only that, if you're interested in anything we do here, just check out our description. Happy trading, make money. We'll see you guys next time on the Newsbeat Live Trading.